Well, in this video, what we're going to learn is about the value manager in XAF. Basically, the value manager is a class that allowed us to share information between all the parts of the application at any moment during the application lifecycle. So for that, I have created this application to show you how it works. So I create this before because I was recording the video, but I forgot to hit record. So this is the second attempt. Well, anyway, this is just a normal XAF application, and I have created a class, and this is the class. If you can see, the class is a static class, and it does have a special implementation of the properties. If you can see, this is a static property, and what it does in the get, it gets the value manager first for a specific type of data. Then it will get the store for a property with this name, in this case, the same as the name of the property. And if the manager can handle the value, it will return the value. Otherwise, it will return something by default, like an empty value, or the representation of an empty value. In this case, it returns string.empty. Now, for the set, it's basically the same. You get the value manager for some type of data and for some key or some ID. And after that, if it can handle the value, we'll just set the value that you get to the value of the value manager. So basically, it's pretty simple implementation. You only have to get the value manager for the type, and that's it, and ask if it can handle value. So basically, for the datetime property, I do the same. But the main difference is that I change the value type. If we check the documentation for this, see in here, the main difference with my example is that they don't use static properties. They use instance properties, but basically it's the same. I just don't want to create an instance every time that I need to access those values, so I just create a static type and I make all the properties static. So the beauty of this is how it store and restore the value on the background, because in here they say that for Windows they use a static variable type, and for web they use an HTTP session variable. So the internal implementation is different depending on if you're using web or if you're using Windows. But you don't have to care about this because you can encapsulate everything in your own static property, and then you don't have to deal with the mechanics of storing and retrieving the value on each different platform. You can let the value manager do it for you. So basically, this is what you have to create. I mean, you can store as many values as you want, and you can, since this class is a static class, you can access the class in any part of your application. So in here I have created a domain object, and I did an override on the saving method. So in the saving, I assign the values to the value manager. I assign the date that is assigned to the instance of this class, and the value of the name. And then I have created two view controllers. These are simple view controllers. Let me show you the code. It's a view controller which generates from view controller, and the same goes for the other one. It's a view controller named view controller number 2, and it inherits from view controller also. And then both of them have an action. See, simple action 1, simple action 1 in both. In the controller number 2, I set the values in the action, and then I write them to the console. In the controller number 1, I just read the values from the value manager, and I write them to the console. So let's run this and let's see how it goes. First I will run win. So here these two objects, I have them from before. I'm going to delete them. and that's it. So I'm going to create a new object, and this object is going to be the name. I'm going to name this, well, my name. So original. And for the date, I'm going to set the date to the date of my birthday, which is May 16. So I'm going to save and close this. So here you can see I'm setting the values. So now my string property is my name, and then the datetime property is the date of my birthday. So let's continue. So let's read these values. I'm going to read them from the view controller one, from the action one. So here you can see in the console, this is the date of my my birthday, and my name. So I was able to read the values. I set them in the onsaving of a domain object, but I read them in the execute of an action in a view controller. So let's do the same for the second view controller. In here I set the values. See, this is hello from controller, and the date is today's date. And then I will write them to the console and see I have the date and I have the value of the text of the string property. So far so good, it's working fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the web version and do exactly the same. Okay, so let's do the web version. And I'm going to create a new record. This is going to be my brother. And I'm not going to write his birthday date because, I mean, it's his private information. I'm going to set just a different date and save it. Now let's go to view controller 1 and see the name is the day. Well, the day is the 28th of March, and the name is Oscar Ojeda, which is my brother. And I'm going to do view controller 2, and then I set the values and I wrote them to the console. So as you can see, it works the same in both platforms, web and Windows. So this is basically what you need to share values across the application. And in the next video, I guess I will show you a practical example of this. But anyway, I think that's everything for this video. I think that's what you need to know about the Value Manager. I will share this code on GitHub, and I will put the link in the description. And if you need to contact us for anything related to XAF or XPO, or in general related to .NET, just write in the comments of this video. Thank you.